Hello and good evening, because it is 8:08 in the evening, and it's Monday, but it's President's Day. President's Day, everything is closed. Everything is closed on President's Day, so I'm like, oh my God. So and then all I could do was just work out. But the whole thing is like, you know, I'm on social media. I'm on social media. And I look at it. I look at it. I look at the feed. I look at Instagram. I look at Facebook. I look at Snapchat. I look at the shit, okay? And then it's like, and I look for the news, and I look at Twitter, and I see, and I'm into politics. I'm into it, but I'm not a part of it. I just like to look at that's how I know the news is through social media, because I don't watch TV, right? Whatever. So then I'm looking at the news feed. I'm like, oh my God, like this is the dumbest shit ever. Like I can't believe the stuff that makes the news. So and then I'm getting upset. Yeah, I was getting upset looking at what is making the news, because I'm like, how are they talking about uh wait, I gotta show you, because I just was like, what? Like this made the news? Like they want to talk about that, they want to give that publicity, but they don't want to talk about the corruption in the courthouse, the abuse of power in the courthouse, how everything is mishandled, the money is laundered, the money's played with. Like they playing with the money, for the entire Bronx Supreme Court House. That's why the Bronx is the way it is. Like, where is the money? Where's the money? You want to ask. These are questions. These are real questions. Real questions. You should be asking these questions to the people you have in power. But Cougar swaps toy boys with friends, claims men her age have too much baggage and are bad in bed. I'm like, this shit made the fucking news. This made the I couldn't believe it. And then I'm just scrolling, right? And then and then it's from the New York Post. I'm like, the New York Post posted this? I'm a cougar swapping toy boys with my friends. Men my age have too much baggage and are bad in bed. The New York Post posted this. I was like, that made the news? That made the news. Nobody wants to talk about corruption. Nobody wants to talk about politics. Nobody wants to talk about real fucking news. Like, this is real news. But nobody wants to talk about it. They want to act like they don't see it. Like, what? Like, they didn't hear anything. They didn't see anything. Like, nobody wants to do their fucking job. Here's another one. CNN. 4 top deputies to Eric Adams have resigned, New York mayor says. The deputies of the mayor resigned? Okay, why should we care? They resign. Get someone else. Inside the Trump policy. And it's to sign up for that. What was that? That was Newsweek. I'm like, another one. A judge. Judge Coulton calls President's Day hearing in Dodge case. Dodge. Doge? Doge? Like, what the hell is that? Like, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. I'm like, how is this dumb? How is this making the news and no one is talking about New York, the Bronx Supreme Court House, and the corruption, the people in places of power, the people that have the authority to do something, and no one does anything. Nobody wants to talk about this. Trump admin makes emergency appeal to Supreme Court to allow whistleblower agency's head firing. Okay. an appeal to the Supreme Court. But are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm suing the Bronx Supreme Court House. There's a problem. There's a problem within the entire New York State, the entire system, unified court system. And you want to talk about you filing stuff in Supreme Court? Okay, I can't explain stupidity. I can't. Oh my God, like I just get so upset when it's like you're telling a person what the issue is and then they act like they act oblivious, like they don't know what to do and they have all the power to do something and then they do nothing. They act like they can't do anything, like they've never heard of it. Like, oh my God. This today, USA Today, a critical moment in history. Protests across the US today target Trump and Musk. That must be Elon Musk. I'm like, yo, like this makes the news. Police arrest apparent leader of cult-like Zizian group linked to multiple killings in the US. Okay. Published Monday, February 17th, 2025. Okay. This is the guy. I don't know. But I get my news from the internet. I get it from the internet because I don't watch TV. And a plane crashes, it flips upside down in the Canadian airport. Canada. You're talking about Canada. But nobody wants to talk about the Bronx. Nobody wants to talk about the Bronx. Nobody wants to talk about New York City, because this is the city. We have 5 boroughs in the city of New York. Like, this is not where the rich people are. This is the city. This is fuck. I just couldn't believe it. And then it's like, I'm so upset. Turning off phones at home, opting for in-person talks, how some federal workers are changing behavior under Trump. Like, this makes the news. Like how is this making the news? Like, why is it important? Why is it relevant to anyone? Like, who fucking cares? Nationwide demonstrations take place as part of 50-51 movement protesting Trump and Musk. Why are they protesting though? Trump officials struggle to resignate the nuclear weapons staff after firing hundreds. Yeah, a lot of people got fired, so they want to complain and they want to get mad as to why they lost their jobs. They're probably corrupt and they're not doing their job, so that's why they lost their job. I don't feel sorry for nobody that's not doing their job. I don't feel sorry for you. You lose your job, you get fired. Well, you get fired. There's a reason behind it. They're not going to fire you for no reason. If you're a good employee, they're going to keep you. But if you sit here and you bullshitting everybody, you lying, you stealing, and you falsifying things, and you're plotting and you're scheming, nobody wants you. They can't wait to get rid of you. This is the perfect time to get rid of you. And this is another one. Ryan Reynolds jokes about legal battle in SNL. This is CNN. This makes the news. I'm like, how? Why is this important? Why? I don't know. National Park Service layoffs, airplane seat downgrades, dog rescued from frozen pond, catch up on days stories. This story was actually interesting because, and then they showed the video. A metal bar strikes school bus driver during hurtling through windshields. I'm like, the windshield, and then the video. You could play the video. You could watch the metal bar go through the window, and then it goes through the guy, and I'm like, oh. And then it's on camera. Like, how is it on camera? I guess the buses have video cameras now. Like, they record everything. Like, that's how they can see what's happening on the buses, on the train. Everything is recorded. Like, nothing is a secret. In the courthouse, there's cameras everywhere. Like, you can't hide anything. They talk about Facebook's parent company keeps waiting for the metaverse to happen. They're talking about the metaverse. The metaverse made the news. The metaverse made the news, but nobody wants to talk about the Bronx Supreme Court House, the corruption, the files, the what is it, inheritances, the unclaimed property, unclaimed funds. The people in the courthouse are forging those documents. They're getting the death certificates and they're forging the documents, and nobody wants to check it out. Like, nobody, like, I'm saying it, I'm just telling you, and nobody wants to check it out. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my, but they want to talk about the metaverse. The metaverse, right? That makes the news. I'm like, wow, like fucking wow. The shit that makes the news. CNN Uncensored. Don't miss out. We found 30 Amazon President's Day deals that are seriously worth it. President's Day is almost over. Don't sleep on at the 21 best deals still alive. Dyson's best-selling digital slim vacuum. This is the shit. This is the shit this is on a newspaper. This is CNN. This is on CNN. This is what this is what they talk about. This is what they broadcast. This is what they want you to see, because I don't have TV. So I'm sitting here and I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. That's what I do. I sit here and I scroll. I'll be looking through stuff, looking through Twitter. I'm looking through everything. I'm looking at these I'm looking at what is the discussion. What are they talking about? Nobody's talking about the courthouse. Nobody's talking about it. Like, how is no one talking about the courthouse? I just can't believe it. But then it's like, it just makes me feel like the corruption within the system, the Bronx Supreme Court House, the unified court system, is everywhere and everyone's a part of it. I have no attorney. No attorney will help me. Nobody will assist me. Nobody in the courthouse acknowledges me. I win by default, by default, because nobody wants to address the issue. March 1st will be a year. When I file the default judgment, I will win by default. Like, wow, like nobody wanted to say nothing. Nobody wanted to say nothing to me. Nobody wanted to address me. Nobody wanted to defend themselves. Like, I'm telling you, what the hell you doing? Like, this is not right. Like, you're not supposed to be treating me this way. I'm telling you. And nobody wants to say anything about it. Nobody stood up for me. Nobody within the union, nobody in OCA. OCA is the Office of Court Administration for the courts. Office of Court Administration for the courts, for the unified court system. It's a system. It's a system. You have Beaver Street, 25 Beaver Street. You go there, that's the Inspector General's office. That place is like the Gringotts. That place you need a code just to get into the elevator. If you're not in contact with the person that you're going to see, you can't get the code. And the code changes every day. Every day the code changes. It's like, it's like headquarters. And everyone is connected and everyone knows what they're not supposed to talk about. Everyone knows what they're not supposed to bring justice on, or they're not supposed to help the people. These systems are in place to help the people, to help the general public. If there is a problem, you're supposed to be able to speak to someone at a higher place in power so that they can help you and they can correct the problem. But nobody wants to correct the problem, so the whole system is corrupt and damaged. Nobody wants to do their job. I'm bringing it to people's attention. I'm bringing awareness. I filed 405 pages of all of these documents that I have filed at the original places of, I went to the OCA, I went to the Inspector Generals, I went to everyone. I have their email, I have their contact, I have their information, direct contacts. I have conversations, I have pictures. and nobody wants to act like they see this shit. Like, you don't see this shit. And I'm telling you I'm giving you the dates, the times, the location. I'm giving you all the information, and nobody wants to address me. Nobody wants to tell me something. I want somebody to say something to me. I want them to, and then nobody wants to say nothing. Nobody wants to defend themselves, and I'm calling you out on your shit, and nobody wants to tell me nothing. Breathe. 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 Like, yo, I gave this all to God. I gave it to the ancestors. I gave it to spirit. I'm like, you know what? I can't handle stupidity, ignorance. Like, they're just dumb. I'm like, they can't be this dumb, this so, like, they're oblivious to everything of what the hell is going on. And I'm talking about it. I am talking about it. I'm telling you, I'm calling you out. I'm tagging you on it, and nobody wants to do anything about it. Nobody? Like, really? Like, you know what? I don't know. I just had to come on here because I'm doing what I do. I'm scrolling and I'm looking at what makes the news, what is being talked about, and it's things that I'm like, wow, like, nobody wants to talk about the courthouse. I'm like, yo, if y'all was to look into this courthouse and look into the stuff, just look into the case, probably the first page, you'll be like, oh my God. And you'll want to look more into it. You'll find more evidence, falsified documents, and everybody is corrupt. Everybody's corrupt. Everybody's a part of it. Everyone is going to agree to it. Everyone's going to sign off on it. Like, it's fine. Everything is okay. There's no problems. But they know that there's a problem, but they're a part of it. They're getting paid off. So, and then they're not going to say anything. And they're supposed to say something. That's their job, to say something. And they don't say nothing. And then I'm a civilian. I'm a regular person. I'm a ex-employee. I used to work there. I know everything. Everything, like the secrets. I know how things used to go down in the courthouse. The scandals. That's what it is. The scandals. Escándalo. Ay, Dios mío. We're Spanish. Everybody's Spanish over there. And it's just like, oh my God. You know, and nobody says anything. Everybody acts like they don't know. And I'm like, you know, you have to know. Like, everybody knows, but nobody says anything about it. I'm like, just breathe. Just breathe. This is going to pass. This is going to go away. Like, somebody's going to do something. Somebody is going to actually do their job. Because I sat there and I tagged them. I'm like, this makes the news. This makes the news. And nobody wants to talk about the court case. Nobody wants to talk about the court case. And then I put the info for the court case. And I'm like, wow, like, y'all want to talk about a cougar getting rid of all her boyfriends I'm like, that makes the news. That's news. That's buzzworthy. Like, fucking wow. Live with love. I'm sorry. I think I was venting, right? And I was happy to reach 77777777 because, you know, it's a number, you know, and the numbers always go up, they go down, you know, there's always fluctuating, it's always moving. So, and then it's like, I can't expect it to stay the same way, you know, but I was glad to have caught it when I caught it, when it was 7777. It was just like, I was happy. I was happy to see it reach 7777. I was happy to take the picture of it and share it. I was like, wow, like, we made it to 7777. And then I look up the meaning and I look up everything, and I'm just like, wow, like it's just growth. It just means growth, like it's growing, like things, we're moving forward in life. And I'm not upset. I'm not upset. It's just, I just had to talk about it because I'm talking about this court case, and then they talk about irrelevant news, news that doesn't matter. And I'm like, oh my God. I just got so upset when I saw it. News that doesn't matter. Like this makes the news. Like, wow. And then like let me think a happy thought. I reached 7777. Like that's a happy thought. That's my happy thought. I reached 7777. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Leave with love, stay positive, vibe high. And somebody has to do something about the case. Somebody's gonna do their job. One day, somebody's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna do my job today. Leave with love. Bye.